remember seeing 2000 AD around the corner from my grand's house in the newsagent and looking at the cover and just thinking, oh my god, look at that, it's amazing. I'd be buying comics for that, you know, Whizzer and Chips and Dandy and all, you know. Then having all these comics were fun, and then seeing 2000 AD, it was just like, wow, this is really good. And I kind of begged my mum to buy it for me, and she thought it looked a bit violent. And I wasn't too sure about it, but did, and that was it. You know, it's got it delivered to my door. Do you want to look over there a little bit? Yeah. Oh no, actually, I've changed my mind. Look at me.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the things I remember was having a Lone Ranger and Tonto, a Lone Ranger and Tonto 12-inch action figure, and it was the smell of the plastic. I remember they got me into toys. I remember like smelling that and going, God, something intoxicating about the smell. I was like, wow, what is that? And then Star Wars came around and it was like a similar smell. Been messing around with music for like a year or two or so. Just literally that. I mean, really messing around. I kind of bought a guitar a couple of years ago. And did the faint impression that someday I might be able to play something on it, but yeah, I kind of is more interested in sounds really than music. Been really interested to sort of mess around with sound, and quite like the sort of aesthetics of instruments as well, and like been buying a few homemade electronic stuff from guys like Bug Brand in Bristol. Out of that has come some kind of nice ideas that we've kind of pushed on to make music. And you know, I'm kind of a bit of a workaholic with my work. I mean, I try not to work too much in the evenings, but you kind of find that it just tips over, and before you know it, you're still working at like 10 o'clock at night. So it's kind of nice to just have something to relax with. You don't put too much sort of importance or, you know, sort of serious on it, and just sort of play around with it. It's really interesting. I mean, I've never really involved in anything where it's been such a long period of time. You know, this collaborative thing going, and I heard they were doing a new album and approached me and asked me if I wanted to collaborate with with Tsunami, which is slightly daunting because I mean he's just a great artist. You think, oh my god, you know, how's this gonna work out? But it was a really amazing project because it just came together really easily. I mean, we didn't really speak to each other. It was through assistants. It was just a purely visual thing. Like, he'd send me his stuff, or I'd create loads of different assets, scenes or partial scenes and characters that were all kind of just on white backgrounds. Yeah. So you could just pull them out. And he sent me very much the same thing. So that was really interesting. It was just responding purely to the visuals we sent. So that was really fun. You know, it's, you know, from the other side of the world, 40-year-old guy and a 73-year-old Japanese man, and it's kind of opened my eyes up to collaborating. I've started doing a few other collaborations recently, so it's kind of it's
that
interesting.
One works so nicely, and one of the things I like about his work is his use of symmetry. He really welds with that kind of mirror.
Yeah, I've got a pretty big symmetrical stick at my bum.
Yeah,
and really, I don't think I've consciously done it. It just always feels right. I remember one of the most the scariest films I've seen, and still continues to freak me out, is The Shining. And I read a really interesting piece in, I think it was Sight and Sound magazine many years ago, about The Shining and its use of symmetry. And saying, you know, all the big scenes that really freak you out, the twins and going down the corridors, everything's symmetrical, and it's something about symmetry which I don't know what it is, but it really kind of, you know, gets you or stays in your mind. Yeah. Well, I think that's why I like drawing so much, because it is that, you know, it kind of is what it is. I mean, I've kind of tried to work up lots of drawings and just really finished drawing a couple of times and just kind of lose interest, really. It's like the whole nature of drawing disappears for me when you do that, because it's all about sort of, most of my drawing I think it's about sort of, you know, spontaneity and just not even like, I've got some head, I'm going to draw it now. Just bang, just draw and just, you know.
That whole
Paper's cheap, you know.
Yeah.